Hey guys, Chris here. Today I wanted to go into a subtopic of anxiety. I wanted to explore a specific type of model called multidimensional theory. And I think this is going to have some really good effects for athletes or just for coaches who want to understand a little bit more on how does anxiety affect athletes in a particular situation, whether it be, in a high pressure situation or just overall preparation for a match. And we're going to go over some videos, and what we're going to do is that we're going to do video breakdowns, and we're going to use this model to describe what's going on within each of these videos. So I hope you enjoy, and let's get started. Multidimensional anxiety theory is based upon the notion that anxiety is multidimensional in nature. It's composed of cognitive anxiety and also a thing called somatic anxiety. This theory specifically hypothesizes that two things occur. A negative linear relationship exists between cognitive state anxiety and athletic performance. So, a good way to think about this is the higher your cognitive anxiety, meaning your thoughts, your feelings, your beliefs, the higher that type of anxiety occurs, your performance will actually decrease in kind of a linear motion. So it just starts going downhill. And then the other part is what we call a inverted U relationship that occurs between somatic anxiety and performance. So based with this, people tend to need a little bit more stimulation, maybe a little bit of anxiety to kind of help them perform at their peak. And so if we can increase arousal a little bit more, the performance will actually go up. However, if we increase arousal too much, then performance is going to drastically drop off, and it goes vice versa. If the person is not in a heightened sense of awareness, or is just not aroused or not engaged, performance will also be down as well. So a good way to think about it is a inverted U, or kind of looks like a hill, and you'll find a sweet spot, so to speak, kind of in the middle to where performance and anxiety are going to be meeting with each other. All right, so the first video we're going to look at is that we're going to look at a archery competition that was held a couple years ago. Now, for those who have never seen an archery competition or actually have never shot yourself, this competition is held indoors. The distance is at 18 meters or 20 yards, depending on which side of the pond you're from. And you'll notice the colored targets down there. The bullseye on those targets is about the same size as your thumbnail. So, pretty small. The scoring system, you get a certain amount of points if you shoot a bullseye. In this case, it's going to be 11. And then each ring outwards is 1 point less. So it goes 11, 10, 9. All right. So just a basic overview. Now we have these two archers right here, and the archer in the black, I've actually seen him before in other competitions. He's actually somewhat seasoned. He was in the shoot-off last year as well. So we're going to kind of compare these two archers and to see how their body responds to stress and anxiety and see how that's going to affect their performance. So we're going to look at somatic anxiety in this example. Now, again, you may have never shot a bow in your life, but I just want you to notice how his body is fairly calm and relaxed, all right? I mean, again, there's not too much quivering, there's not excess movement, okay? So a little bit of a low shot just outside the bullseye, but with this type of format, it's okay. And we're gonna look at our other archer here. Okay, so he missed as well, so right now the score is even at 9 points. There we go. Nice close-up shot. Nice and relaxed. Not too bad. Okay, a little bit of an up and down, but again, there's your first bullseye, 11 points, okay? Now let's pan over to the next archer, and we're gonna get a closer view. Okay, do we see quivering? Do we see shaking? Oh, yes. So he got lucky with that shot, and that made it in the middle, all right? But now we're going to see that somatic anxiety is reaching way beyond the comfort level of performance. Look at Bob again, nice and relaxed, just kind of smooth. All right, so just a little low outside the bullseye again. And then we're going to go back to our next archer. So somatic anxiety is high. Now look at him. It has completely overtaken his body. His ability to perform is just going down the drain, and he's sliding off the curve or the inverted U until he misses the target. That, my friend, is the effects of somatic anxiety on performance. It just drops off. So that's just a nice little case of what the effects of being overstimulated can be on a performance, to where you don't have any ability to control your own body sometimes. It takes a lot of practice and just a lot of exposure to kind of get yourself calm and used to this. And then also too, employing, certain psychological skills or techniques can really, really help too. But this is just a quick little overview of what can happen if you're overly stimulated.